What's up, Facebook? What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Quick shout out to Blue Line Beast. There's a link in my bio. Go check them out. They're fucking awesome. It's a cop-owned company, and they gave me this shirt. It's called Bust. It says "Bust the Thugs and Save the Jugs." Fucking all about that shit, right? Yeah. So all about saving the tatas. So anyways, they're freaking cool. Hey, Danny. And today what I want to talk to you about, I want to talk about numbers. I know I've talked about it in the past, but we're going to talk about it again because it's something that drives a lot of entrepreneurs like you fucking crazy. I was going to say batty. It drives you crazy, right? And I know that when I was, before I understood this concept, it drove me nuts too. So what am I talking about? Because I'm going to keep this live very short and sweet, okay? So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the number of followers that you have. So if you are if you are an online entrepreneur like myself, then obviously what's our goal? Our goal is to create a big following. Why? Because the idea around the big following is that the more of a following that we have, the more money we're going to be able to make. That's the idea around it. And I want to tell you that that's false to an extent. Like, I do believe I want to have a big following, right? Like, I want to impact millions. I think, I'm sure maybe you're like that as well. Like, we want to impact millions. We want to become a worldwide, known company and all of that. And so I think that's huge. And so, like, the more people that we can impact that way, what is on my lips? My chapstick is like, sorry. My chapstick is like gunking up. Sorry, guys. So, obviously we want to have as many followers as possible. But here's the problem, is if you're not honed in on your followers, if they're not like chosen specifically, like if they're not your people, then they're just going to sit back and they're just going to watch you be like, peace, like this is cool. Like, but the minute you fucking throw any kind of offer out there, anytime you throw any kind of offer out there, they're gonna be like, yeah, peace, I'm out. Like, don't give a shit. Because they're not necessarily your people. So the more followers you have, right, doesn't necessarily mean more money. But if you have, dialed in followers, if you've built a really fun and close-knit community, you can literally you don't even need to have more than 1,000 followers. Like, I can tell you that I built my business on less than 1,000 followers in 2 years, and replaced my full-time income both years as a police officer. That included the overtime. So how was I able to do that? Well, it wasn't about the numbers, right? So a lot of people will go and they'll be like, oh no, we need more numbers. Like, I need more followers. And it's not true. It's not true, right? Like, you need more dialed in followers. You need more engaged followers. So the question becomes, okay, Autumn, great. Like, thanks for telling me this. How do I get that? Okay. So as a business, as an online entrepreneur, how do we attract engaged followers? Okay. Well, this is something, I'm not going to lie, I love doing. This is something that I can do quite easily. And here's a few things. One is you show up and you're authentic and you're real and you're like, hey, what's up? Here I am. The second thing is you've become very consistent. You're just consistent in your messaging and you're just consistent in what you do. You just show up every day. Here I am. Like, I'll help you. What do you need? Right? And then the third thing is that you pay attention to, what your people need. And then you create, like, you relate to them. Like, you pay attention to who your people are. So for me, I support Blue Line businesses, or what I call them, or sheepdogs in business. So what does that mean? First responders, military, sheepdogs who are in business. That is who I focus on. It's honestly, what's really funny about this, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story, is that I didn't always focus on this at all. But in the past 2 years in my business, that's who's come to me. The majority of my clients have been, in the past 2 years, people who come from a law enforcement, first responder, or military family, who are, military or law enforcement themselves, who are spouses of, or they really love like first responders, they love sheepdogs, and they really related to my story. So they have been coming to me. And so I decided, okay, well, if they're coming to me, then why don't I just focus more on them? right? Like, doesn't that make more sense? Yeah, it just makes more sense. So what happened, right, and what has happened is that they relate to my story. So what's my story? Well, it can be anything, right? Like, my story changes all the time. Your story changes all the time, and you can hit it from so many different angles. But the problem is so many people they're not telling enough of their story that their people aren't relating. No one can relate with them, and so no one's going to buy from them. Why? Because if you want to know how to do something, you can just go fucking Google it. Straight up. I'm not going to lie about that. You can just go Google it. The reason why someone hires a coach or a mentor is because that person gets where that person is, and that coach or the mentor can go and meet them where they're at and bring them and help them get to where they want to be. Okay? Very different approach, and people need to start paying attention to that. So you really, that's what you want to be creating, and that's what you want to be doing. And so when we focus on, oh, I need more numbers, I need more people. Well, if you're not honing in on your people, then the numbers are going to lie. I go ahead and I'm not, and then I'm going to wrap it up. So I don't want to keep you here all day, but, you're welcome, Danny. Thanks for being here. But we all know those like really big profiles, like especially like on Facebook, like the big pages, or on Instagram, right? The really big profiles, 20, 30, 50, 100,000 followers. And then you go and you're like, and they're like, when they post, yeah, they get tons of likes because it's like so many people are seeing it and it's easy to like, but how many comments are they getting? And are they really making money? Right? And like, that's the question we have to ask. I know for me on Instagram, if you're not following me, you should be, because that's where I'm at all the time. I'm known as the Lady Sheepdog on Instagram. So come follow me. But, I don't have a huge following. I have right around 1,900 followers at this moment. Okay. But guess what? My people are pretty dialed in. Like, when I post, they comment. And when I ask a question, they answer me. And that's what you want. That's the community building. That's just the foundation of building a community, and it's going to give you the result that you're looking for. Not stop chasing the numbers. Stop trying to get all these likes on your pages. Stop trying to get all these followers who are not dialed in and give a shit about you, because they won't buy. It's that simple. Okay? All right. So I hope that was really helpful. Let me know, and I'll be back tomorrow. Okay?